Excited to be back in USA. Obviously facing a fantastic opponent in UNO, who's played really well to start the season and been ultra competitive in road games, and they got a great team. So excited to play.
Start with one off the board since I heard you talking about it. Excited about Master P rolling into town?
Obviously grew up listening to Master P, so respect. But, I mean, he's a basketball guy, and what the impact he's helping make. I just love people being involved. I mean, like, if you can get involved in this and you love it and you have a passion for it, and just the more people, I think, in college basketball that we can get that genuinely care and love what they're doing and who they're doing it with, it'll make it better.
What did you guys learn from the trip to the Bahamas?
Well, I think humility is a great thing, and it's not great to experience. It's no fun to be a part of when you get humbled like we did in that game against Purdue. But man, great growth comes from opportunities to embrace when you weren't your best. And on a national stage, we were not our best, and it was obvious. And it was obvious for a lot of reasons. But I do believe we'll get better because of it. And I genuinely love this team and have the highest of expectations. And our guys leaned into what we learned from that game. And we made about as many mistakes as you can make and played about as fractured as we could have played, and we got a chance to see it and face it, and I'm glad we did it early.
You talked a lot about just needing practice time to kind of work out some of those games. Was that just kind of one of those, we need to practice this stuff out, or was there something else you kind of saw?
No, it was 2 games in 2 days, and the second game that we played, we got in foul trouble, and again in that first game, and had to leverage a lot of guys. And what we have is a big discrepancy in between a really good offensive lineup and a really good defensive lineup, and there's no mesh between the two. I mean, it's extreme right now in regards to, and we don't have enough experience to handle what it looks like when things aren't going our way, and how do we settle ourselves down. It feels like everybody's trying to make great plays individually, but collectively we're not connected in regards to what we need to do as a team. And the only way to get that, 1, is to go through those experiences, and 2, to practice together. And I think Luke is Bamboye is a big part of our team, and he's probably one of those guys that will benefit the most. He's just keeps getting better, and our team will keep getting better, and he's a pivotal part of our team. And the more we can acclimate our group with him being involved, the better we'll get.
You talked a lot about enhancing your non-con schedule. A lot of that's the major conference teams, but Milwaukee was a good one, and New Orleans probably was one maybe better than people expected. What did you see from them when they beat TCU, went to overtime with Mississippi State?
Yeah, I mean, they had Mississippi State beat, and New Orleans. Coach Hollowell's awesome. He's come up through small college basketball, but he's confident. His team's playing ultra aggressive offensively. I love their roster. Buckley, Benson, Thomas, I mean, those guys can score at any level, and they've got good composure. They run great actions. They're long. They've got athletes. They can also defend with length. I just think he's done a tremendous job with his team. It's a legit team that can win on any night that they play, and that's been obvious. And so upgrading the schedule, I knew they would be better, no question about it. I just knew the pieces that they had, and I actually talked to him quite a bit this summer on positioning this game where I thought it would really help us. So I anticipated them being better. Obviously, they're playing great, and that's part of helping your team grow the way we need to. And we have the talent to be great, so let's not confuse things. I mean, we just need a collective grit to us that we don't have, and this will help us get better, no question.
Kind of on that note, on the schedule upgrades, playing quality opponents early on in the season, like Illinois, like Purdue, what have been kind of the positive takeaways to face opponents like that to gear you up when the conference play comes, or even when the tournament?
There needs to be I think the ability to understand what we really are because you can get into these practices, and I'll be honest, our practices have been pretty cautious in regards to how we've approached the competitiveness of it, just to try to keep guys healthy. I mean, there was a point there where we had 6 guys practicing, and so for me, with the purpose of improving, you get these games to say, like, okay, these, let's call them not as competitive as they needed to be, practices aren't really what's going to prepare us for what we need. And now we've got a full boat of guys practicing. And when you have that, then you can see the leverage points that are being exposed, plus the games. And I know this ramp isn't what people want. It's not what I wanted. Would I prefer to be 6-0 and have beat the number 1 team in the country? 100%. No one would have wanted it any other way. But I love our team, and I love where we're going to end up. I really do. And it's not been what we wanted, but it's exposed what we needed to have exposed so that we can improve. Because we step into this gym every day and we have the heart to get better, we'll get where we need to get when it gets to the end. I have zero doubt about that.
You mentioned
No, we'll never forget losses. I mean, like, I'm not into that. I'm not into saying, like, just throw that one away. And people have said that to us. No, we came back and watched the game all together. We had a lot of great discussion. I mean, I get to the end of it and I ask our team, like, does anybody have anything they want to say? And to a person, every person said what they know they've got to be better at and the mistakes that they made, and owned it. And it wasn't corny. It was genuine. And there's a lot of turmoil associated around these guys. I mean, they hear how bad they are. They hear it from their parents. They hear it from everybody, their agents. I mean, they're always hearing how they suck, but they're also hearing how many shots they need to take. So it's hard to take all that in. But I do think when they look around and they see the room and they see our team and they can say, hey, this is where I need to be better for us. That's where we've made great strides in the last 48 hours. Is they started to see, like, okay, I tried to do it this way, this isn't going to work, this is what's best for us, and we needed that leverage breach to see it. Everybody needed to feel it. I needed to feel it. We all needed to feel it so that we could come in here and get better at it, and probably knew the spots where it was going to happen that way before a little bit, but you don't know what extreme, and I thought that was as extreme as it could get at how well Purdue played and how poorly we played. And our guys leaned into it. There's not one person that walked away that feeling like, hey, I've got something to stand on. No, we've got to be better if we're going to figure out a way to be who we want to be as a team.
You mentioned the importance of Luke, and I know after that first game you talked about how he was winded, obviously not in playing shape. He's averaging like around 15 minutes right now. Where is he, I guess, in that journey, and how many minutes would you like to see him play?
I'm not really into figuring out minutes just because every game is going to be so unique depending on matchups, and I think Luke is one of those guys who is more the extreme version just because he always gets winded pretty quickly. And so some guys can just be out and go hoop and it doesn't bother him. Luke is one of those guys that I think he just needs the practices in order to reach his potential. But yesterday in practice, we ran sprints for the team that lost. And he was on the winning team a majority of the time, but he still ran with the losing team every time. I mean, he's leaning into it. And I didn't ask him to do that. He's doing it because he knows. And that's what I love about this team. And that's what I love about where we're going to end up, because these guys are embracing the difficult. They're not shying away from it.
One more.
Yeah.
Big 12's partnership with the players there, festival, top 8, go to it. What does that kind of do if you do finish in the top 8, having 3 guaranteed games, kind of high quality?
Yeah, well, we're prepared always to make our schedule better every year, and I think having the opportunity to be a part of the Players Era, depending on how the finish in Big 12 play ends, it's pivotal from a financial standpoint, and it's pivotal from a competitive standpoint. I mean, we want to play against the best teams, and the best teams in the country will be playing in it, and it's important to put ourselves in position to do both, to financially benefit and to compete against the best teams in the country. So, I mean, I love the Big 12, man. I love our commissioner. I love what we're doing. I love being a part of, I think, the best basketball conference in the country, and I think this is a great step for our league to keep improving it, you know. teams may not play in it. That's the truth too. I mean, there are other opportunities out there, so it's not the end-all be-all. I mean, there are some great ones out there, but I do think that this helps and benefits us in a way that we'd love to be a part of it and love to compete.